Welcome back. Time now for news from the left. First up on Sunday, Disneyland celebrated its 67th anniversary. The park's opening date back in 1955. Every year, the park plays Walt Disney's original dedication speech. This year, they chose not to. It left many people wondering why. I bet you can already guess.
Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
It was a very pro-America kind of speech, and of course the wokes over at Disney didn't like it. And to those cancers infecting the boardroom at Disney, just know that the vast majority of your audience despises you and your agenda. And your suffering company will continue to slowly bleed out for as long as you pandering nitwits continue this Marxist, anti-American, divisive nonsense. It is despicable what's happening at Disney. Next up on Monday night, comedian Dana Carvey stepped in as guest host for Jimmy Kimmel. It was a great opportunity to let the audience laugh for the first time in years. Thankfully, Jimmy forgot to tell Dana the #1 ground rule for his show: we don't ever criticize or make fun of Joe Biden or Democrats.
He's always repeating this story, you know. Yeah, I went to Scranton. I grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania. My dad lost his job. No joke. I'm not kidding around here. Now what he does is he kind of whispers and then he yells, we know how to get natural gas. Because we can get it. We know how to get it.
It was better than it normally is, and it was pretty funny. Moving along, if you ever read or ever have read or watched Harry Potter, there's evidently a fictional game called Quidditch, which was turned into a real-life game more than a decade ago. It's basically a bunch of college-age nerds running around on broomsticks, pretending that they're flying. But evidently, the nerds are now upset with the author of Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling, because she's not woke and thinks a woman can be defined as a person with female sex organs. How appalling is that? Rowling's comments causing their cauldrons to boil over. Very clever. And so the International Quidditch Association announced they will change the name of Quidditch to quad ball. So they're playing this stupid game because it was invented by J.K. Rowling, and now they're going to change it because she's not woke enough. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter book series, has increasingly come under scrutiny for anti-trans positions, they said. LGBTQ+ advocacy groups like GLAAD and the Human Rights Campaign, as well as 3 lead actors in the film series, have criticized her stances. Oh, well. So the nerds now play quad ball instead of Quidditch. And if they just quit playing the game altogether, maybe they'd actually meet some women. Finally, Libs Eating Themselves, Part 2000. A lesbian bar in Portland, Oregon named Doc Marie's has shut down just 1 week after its grand opening due to claims that it wasn't a safe space. Libs of TikTok, hat tip to them, reporting Doc Marie's found itself on the receiving end of accusations of not being inclusive enough to trans people and people of color. One complaint was that there was not enough culturally appropriated art on the walls. So you can imagine the seriousness of the other complaints. That's how sensitive these people are. Employees of the bar said they were misled about the space being a safe space. They created their own Instagram account, straight up demanded ownership of the bar. They wanted to take it over. Posting yesterday, we presented a list of demands, including owner resignation and relinquishing stake to workers, which as of 7 p.m. on July 4 have not been acknowledged despite being up for 24 hours. The bar responded to the woke crybabies posting this statement: we hear you and we're taking steps to try and be more inclusive, yada, 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 as we go on. Appeasement never works. It's now been 14 days since the bar closed, and they haven't reopened yet. So a lesbian bar is not woke enough in Portland, Oregon, is the moral of the story. And that's hilarious.